You're listening to the World Cafe. I'm David Dye. Nancy and Beth are on stage at World Cafe Live today. This is the case of two actresses, Will and Grace's Megan Mullally and Stephanie Hunt, who got her start on Friday Night Lights, letting out their inner punk vaudeville with song and low-impact dance carefully choreographed by Mullally. The two met on the set of the movie Somebody Up There Likes Me, which was directed by Bob Byington, and they harmonized right away. Despite of, or maybe to celebrate their age differences, which is 30 years, the two posed naked on the cover of their Nancy and Beth debut, front and back. We'll find out how this new venture came to be after this performance of One Mint Julep.
Extra children from a getting frisky.
I'm in Julep, I'm in Julep, I'm in Julep, I'm in Julep. One mint Julep was the cause of it
Live on stage at World Cafe Live, yes, friends, that is Nancy and Beth, Megan Mullally and Stephanie Hunt, who have a wonderful new album out. Megan, you've sung on Broadway, but most people know you for your Emmy Award-winning portrayal of Karen on Will and Grace. Well, that show is coming back. We want to talk about that in a bit. But how did you figure that this was the time to launch this singing career?
Well, I've been singing my whole life, like I was singing before I ever thought about acting. And Stephanie and I met doing an indie movie in Austin where she was living and is living now. Yeah. A lot of the band is from Austin. And we started singing together, and then it kind of has just very gradually evolved into what you see before you today.
So how did it come up? Stephanie, how did it come up that you both sang?
Well,
you in particular, I guess.
I had known that Megan did Broadway, but then she did a scene in the movie where she sang. Bob Byington is a very strange director, and he was like, why don't you just sing your scene instead? And then I had heard whiff of how amazing this singing scene she had done was. And so then when I had my ukulele and was hanging out with her when we both weren't shooting, I just was like, you should sing with me this other part to my song.
She writes songs too, and she said, I wrote this song and you got to sing part of it with me.
Yeah.
And so the minute we heard our voices together, we were like,
That was good.
hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, your harmonies are kind of perfect in this, considering that you're.
She's the harmony savant. I'm the dummy that sings the melody.
And you got your Madonna microphone, so you can do everything at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not all the Madonna we have. But, like, the choreography has really evolved because we used to have stationary mics, so we did a lot of step, touch, step, touch. And now we do, like, full choreography. And I actually started as a dancer. I was in a ballet company for many years, and so it's been really fun for me to be able to come up with all this choreography. And
She dreams some of the choreography.
I sometimes
Really?
wake up
She wakes up-
doing some move. Yeah, I sometimes wake up in a feverish state, like screaming out Stephanie's name because I'm so excited about some idea I just dreamed.
So
Well, what about the non-Stephanie Hutt repertoire that you do? Because there's a few years between you, and you seem to have latched
few
on to
years.
these same songs. Yeah.
only a
You're
couple.
very sweet. That's a funny thing about Stephanie and I, because we do have a 30-year age difference. So that was part of why. That was really the main reason why we did the record art that we chose, the record art that we chose, where we are
Naked.
naked.
Yeah. What was the conversation about that
Well,
shoot?
the idea is just simply that, there is a 30-year age difference, and yet we have this crazy, friendship and simpatico and
Symmetry.
yeah, and like a psychic connection that, I don't know, like in terms of singing the songs and picking the songs is the first most important, then choreographing them, and then singing is last because that's just something that comes so naturally that we don't even really think about it that much.
So where did Fine Brown Frame come in?
Fine Brown Frame, there's a really great version of that. I love Shirley Horn. She was a jazz singer. She wasn't like super, super famous, but she's like very well known in music circles. I got to see her play live once a long time ago, and she has a really good cover of that song, and we stumbled upon it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you want to do that one?
Yeah, let's do it.
sure, let's do it. Fine Brown Frame.
Okay.
Oh, you got a fine brown frame. I wonder what could be your name. You look good to me, 'cause all I can see is your fine brown frame. Tell me, how long have you been around? Mister, when did you hit this big town? I wanna scream, 'cause I've never seen such a fine brown frame. Now all that I have is a broken down chair, but I'd make you king on my throne. Don't you be a square, come on over here. Together we would be gone. Oh, you got a fine brown frame. Mister, won't you tell me your name? You're silent with
Fine Brown Frame. Nancy and Beth are playing live for us. You have such an incredibly broad repertoire. We're hearing a couple that kind of go together in a certain way. But did the idea of what Nancy and Beth was going to be change as you started working, or is it pretty much the same thing?
It has changed. We were a little more emo, I think, at the beginning, and it's branched out to like showbiz! Exclamation point. Next stop, Vegas.
Mm-hmm. But once we got the headset mics, it kind of freed.
Yeah, the headset
everything.
mics, just like the top hat and tails, just came forth unbidden.
Megan, for those of you who don't know her character on Will and Grace, which will be restarting in 2018.
Actually, I think we start back up in August, and it starts airing in September or something.
Oh, excellent. Even sooner.
Cool.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't know the character of Karen, she's rich, crazy, conservative, and you did a little one-off episode that aired in September where she was a Trump supporter, which fits the character totally. Now, my question is, would Karen like Nancy and Beth?
Oh, God, no. Oh, my God. She would hate it.
She'd be so bored.
She would be, like, screaming boo and, like, tossing martinis at the stage.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I would love to hear your different stories of getting into acting originally. Stephanie, am I right that Friday Night Lights was your first foray?
It was. And it was also my first audition. But I did like community theater when I was a kid, and my mom was an actress on Off-Broadway, and my dad was a musician, so it's kind of...
You were going to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that? I mean, that must have been great to make your first audition and get into the. You were the right age. You were a lot of right things for the part, right?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. It happened because I was really into learning how to play the bass, like a month before doing the audition, and I had like been screaming about it in a parking lot and smoking a joint with what I didn't know was a casting director, and then my dad was really excited, so he got me a bass, and I started playing it. And then...
I can't imagine you screaming about anything. I call her the human Xanax.
Well, I was excited.
That I can imagine.
I had seen the Talking Heads stop making sense, and I was like, oh, girl bass players. So then my best friend passed away, and I was like, oh my God, life's short, and you have to do what you want to do. And it all kind of happened at the same time that I dropped out of college. I was studying journalism and Russian. I was doing a double major. And then I dropped out, and a week later, the girl I was screaming in the parking lot with was like, are you an actress? Did you learn how to play the bass? And I had dropped out of school to do acting because I had loved it when I was a kid.
Megan, I'm not sure where you grew up.
Well, I was born in Los Angeles and lived in California until I was 6, and then I went to school from 1st grade through 12th grade in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. I took a powder out of there. I went to Northwestern for a couple years, and then I did theater in Chicago for 6 years, and then I moved to Los Angeles.
But you did stage first for
I did a whole bunch of theater in college, and also like a ton in Chicago. And it was right at that like heyday of Steppenwolf and the Remains Theater Company, so it was a great time to be there and be doing theater. And I kind of learned on the job because I didn't study acting at Northwestern. I was too chicken to do it because where I grew up, there were no theater people. I mean, my dad was very theatrical, but that was a different story. But yeah, so I was shy, but I auditioned for shows and got cast in shows, and I kind of learned on the job.
And you said there were bands along the way too.
There were bands along the way, and I had been a soloist in a ballet company. So I'd performed, and I had done summer stock where I had done 4 musicals in summer stock where I had to sing and dance, and then I had one where I had lines. When I was 18, I had lines, and I was like, "What is happening?"
Well, it's interesting you bring up dance and choreography once again, because this is a light show with this next song, The Harbor Lights.
Yeah, it's like going to the Ice Capades.
So just for a second, where did Harbor Lights come from?
Oh, well, this one was
was a big
actually...
dream.
Yeah, this was a dream that I had. And Stephanie was staying at the house, and I woke up and ran down the stairs calling her name. Yeah, this is a song that I've always loved that Dinah Washington recorded. I had it on a cassette or something like that a long time ago on this great album that I lost, and found it. We just found it like on YouTube. It's called Harbor Lights.
I saw the harbor lights. They only told me we were partying. The same old harbor lights that once brought you to me. I watched the harbor lights. How could I help if tears were starting? Goodbye to tender nights beside the silver sea. I long to hold you near and kiss you just once more. But you were on the ship and I was on the shore. Now I know lonely nights where all the while my heart is whispering some of the harbor lights will steal your love from me. I want to hold you near and kiss you just once more. But you were on the ship and I was on the shore. Now I know lonely nights, for all the while my heart is whispering some of the harbor lights will steal your love from me. Some of the harbor lights will steal your love from
Wow, friends. Nancy and Beth live on stage at World Cafe Live, and those lights do tell a story. Thank you all
Thank you so much.
for making us a stop on your tour. We love it.
Happy to be here. It's exciting.
We'll be back here in a moment on the World Cafe.